Surprise! Vampires! I've always wanted to title something Surprise, Vampires, exclamation point. We went with Vampires of Pittsburgh for this series instead of Surprise, Vampires, but I thought I could just get it in today and say Surprise, Vampires to all of our viewers who are tuning in. All right, that's a little tangent. My name is Jared Logan. You're watching the Stream of Blood, where we play tabletop role-playing games for your amusement. And today we are playing on yet another chapter of our ongoing nocturnal saga, Vampires of Pittsburgh. This is Chronicle 3, Reign in Blood, and we play this story using the storyteller system in Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Our players have spent upwards of 70 episodes portraying the undead. Their nightly conflicts, perils, their angsty existence, and it's been really delicious. So thank you for being here, and thanks for tuning in again. And I can't wait to see what happens today, because we have quite a big cliffhanger looming ahead of us. Before we do that, let me just remind you to please subscribe. If you haven't already on Twitch. If you see someone who hangs out in the show a lot and hasn't subscribed, please purchase a subscription for them. Your subscriptions help us keep the channel running and operative. I also like to say before this game and most of the games that I run, that Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition is an adult game. It's recommended for people 18 and over. There's even a warning, mature content warning here at the front of the book. And basically what it says is this is a game about vampires. So blood might be involved. There probably will be some violence, maybe some gore, and there's mind control and all kinds of weird powers that vampires bring to bear. Vampires are kind of a transgressive trope. You know, they go dark places. So if you don't feel like going to that place today, or it's just not something you're interested in, I recommend you check out one of our other shows. Or something else this morning. And I will also just say, we are always really open to hearing your comments, questions, concerns, and requests regarding our content. The best place to tell us about those is at our email address, streamofbloodroleplaying@gmail.com, or on our Discord server, the Server of Blood, where we do our best to answer all of the queries that come through, and we also take it very seriously. So please get in touch with us and let us know what you thought about anything you see on the show. That is my spiel, and it's become really second nature and instinctual. I kind of like giving my spiel at the beginning of the show now. Let's bring in our players, because they're absolutely fantastic. We have a full boat again this week. Let's first bring in this man, an incredible role player, a member of the Improvised Shakespeare Company, who just, I believe, had their first live show in a while last night. He is also an occult scholar, an erudite reader. He plays Curtis Krieger, the warrior of the coterie. Please welcome Ross Bryant, everybody.
Oh, boy.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hey, Jared. Good to see you. Man, yeah, it was great being on stage again after a year and a half of letting my brain slowly de-wrinklify and turn into a smooth and spherical object in my skull.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I have a 8 ball of a brain right now.
Yeah,
it's like a bubblegum bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. I as usual, you caught me reading. And I feel like apropos of what's been going on lately, I'm reading Humanity by Jonathan Glover.
Ooh, what is that about? I've never heard of that.
I mean, normally it's books about like witchcraft and the occult, but this is rather kind of a weighty moral philosophy tome about how human morals can be bent to commit awful things. And it just shows how like culture can create traps so that people's moral compass sways off of its planned course. It's a disturbing read.
That sounds like the most on brand for vampire book you've read yet.
Yeah. As I
forget all the occult books and the dark supernatural stories books. This is a book that's really about vampire.
I feel like as you play this game, you start out like, ooh, this is going to be a fun monster story. And as you go, at least as you run it, Jared, it's like, oh, this is actually a soap opera set in the world of moral philosophy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Throughout today's session, maybe you can peek in the book and see if what you're doing is going to lead you down the path to ruin or to Galconda.
Yes.
Keep it close at hand. I'm going to bring in your next player. She only leads us on the path of righteousness. She's a fantastic actress, voice actress that you've heard in some of your favorite video games. And she plays Jen Brown, who I would describe as sort of the hesitant leader of the coterie. She's fantastic. Please welcome Ashley Burch, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Ashley.
Repping some merch today, as always.
There we go. Looking good. Yeah, I have that. I have that shirt, and I got the Brad Lockwood shirt. I should wear it.
Yeah.
I noticed you have the grouper mug as well.
Yes, I have the grouper mug. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, you can buy merch for our channel, and it's at this address that our secret storyteller Clinton Trucks will throw up on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of stuff. So go and check it out and buy something. Ashley, what about moral philosophy? Do you have moral philosophy?
I like moral philosophy. I think it's good.
You like? Yeah. I'm pro.
I'm pro.
Yeah.
Look, I know it's really brave to say, but I'm pro moral philosophy.
Yeah. We were talking before the show, and I was like, you know what, guys? I don't like COVID. And you guys all agreed with me.
Yeah. It was just cool to hear someone like really have the courage to take a stand.
To finally say, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Vampire makes us it makes you guys go so deep on like the characters, like beliefs and stuff. It's nice before the show just to have conversations like, dogs are good. I like sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, this man is such talent, such pleasure to have in any role-playing game. You can see him on HBO Max in the series Raised by Wolves, season 2, almost done filming. And he is here to portray Lucius Ali, who I might call the loose cannon of the group, a doctor, a Diablerist, and a vampire. Please welcome Abu Salim, everybody.
Sunshine.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, sunshine.
What a little stinker.
Yeah, we're gonna be so tired of like blood and like hard dramatic scenes where you let down your friends and stuff that. After this game, we're just going to play a game called like Little Stinkers or something like that. And you roll to steal a pie from the windowsill.
Yeah,
I'm going to play like a unicorn pinata who doesn't care. Who's just like
a sentient one,
just full of candy. Like
sweet.
I didn't know that was a character class in Little Stinkers, but it is now.
Yeah.
Sentient pinata.
Sentient pinatas and little rascals.
That's right. So, and also, I just want to give a shout out. You guys, talking about the theme music as it was coming on today in the private chat, and like Clinton Trucks, our secret storyteller. Could you pop in and let us know where that theme music comes from?
Clinton Trucks.
Yeah,
guys, it was license free. I don't remember.
Hey.
Okay, that's all right.
100 tracks before I found one I liked.
Well, it's a bumping track, and Abu has decided that's his WWE entrance music, right?
100%,
and his
100%.
wedding theme,
and my wedding,
and your wedding.
It's actually,
I want to go to that wedding.
Genuinely, like it's real. It's so real.
Well, great.
Comes in.
Yeah, we'll just have to play it again at some point. Clint, just like let it rip at some point.
It's actually rude of me to not have the artist credited, even license free. I will look it up and I will drop it into the chat momentarily.
Okay, sure. Feel free. Yeah. I mean, with those kind of public domain things that you can kind of purchase and use or use free, like sometimes you don't remember exactly who made it, but whoever it is out there, you were incredible. All right. Let's play some Vampire: The Masquerade 5th edition, and we are on a literal cliffhanger right now. I mean, there's not a cliff, but there's some hanging going on. So, in way of very brief recap, last week we learned some things about Lucius Ali's past, how he ended up in Pittsburgh, how he ended up with a vendetta against his sire, Isabel. But that's all blood under the bridge now. Jen Brown also, we learned this is very important, and I want to make sure that Curtis Krieger knows this. There is apparently a room with magical power inside the Cathedral of Learning. The Lithuanian room has some sort of earth energy, as the witches that would put it. And it can be utilized by Sabrina. If she goes down there, she can kind of draw some power from it for her spells and effects. But last time, of course, as things often tend to do in this game, it went horribly, horribly wrong. So all that said, basically, recently the coterie has once again split a little bit along this time philosophical lines. Lucius is following the Church of Cain, the precepts of the Church of Cain, and has allied himself with Mary, the elder vampire that Curtis and Jen are very familiar with from season 1, whereas Curtis and Jen are trying to kind of pick up the pieces and follow a path of balance. Galconda, they're searching for Galconda, trying to climb back up out of the hole they've dug themselves for 2 seasons morally. And so that's put the characters kind of at odds, and now they're finally coming to loggerheads. There was a lot of stuff with werewolves and a couple other things going on, but let's just take you to the cliffhanger so that I can stop talking. Lucius is currently hanging out of a window many stories up on the side of the U.S. Steel building that he just threw a werewolf out of, and it hurtled down, however many 100 feet and smashed into the pavement. Mary had followed him to this encounter and was watching him and observing him. Shortly after, he started fighting with this creature, his friends, Curtis and Jen, showed up to help him, but they didn't realize Mary was there as well. And recently, Lucius has been saying things to Mary about Curtis and Jen, that they might be a problem, that they might need to be eliminated. And so the last moment we left with was Mary descending from the building, the side of the building, feather falling down, landing right in front of Curtis and Jen and saying, "Curtis, Jen." There she is, Mary. Yes, with her obsidian-like skin. Lucius, you are currently still hanging from the side of the building. We'll resolve that in a minute. But right now, we're going to have this conversation. She kind of approaches you and is kind of considering you guys kind of like a lady lion when it's sizing up its prey.
Are we still in the car? Or have we?
I think you guys got out, or if it's okay with you, I'm going to rule that you got out.
Yeah.
And just so my memory's right, we were coming here in order to make sure that nothing bad happened to that werewolf, right? Because we were going to try to patch things up with the guys in the park.
Oh, interesting. So you had kind of, in fact, Jen Brown had sort of patched up things with the guys in the park. Yeah,
she swayed their elemental lake fish.
Puked a fish, and he gave me the A-OK.
Yeah, she basically used her will to kind of break their totem spirit and kind of bring it to heel, and that made them sort of respect her. Whether or not you guys are full allies, but they are a contact now, and they respect her.
Right.
Great.
And we just saw a werewolf before Mary floated down. We just saw a werewolf go wee out the window.
Yeah, you saw something hairy go, whoa, splat everywhere. And in fact, the remnants of it is all over the sidewalk here.
Cool.
Talk about some masquerade breaches.
Okay.
Mary is walking through it and not even paying attention to it at all and kind of approaching you.
Mary. Long time no see. Where are you?
You look different, Jen Brown. You've been through some changes.
You look the same.
Everything's the same, isn't it? Once again, an ally is tossed out a window. And Curtis Krieger, do you remember your fall from this very building years ago?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember.
When you were as old as I am, history repeats itself over and over.
We don't know that she killed Miles, though, do we?
No, so maybe she's just kind of revealed that to you.
It's like, yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Oh, you weren't there at the end. The Diablerist. What was his name? The bearded white boy. The old man.
Vanderbuck.
Yes. That's how he met his end. Like this thing. And she lifts pieces of the werewolf. By the way, make a perception. Not perception. Wits plus awareness roll.
Great.
Jesus. Bring the dead back to life.
Wow. 3 successes.
Oh, I got a critical.
Oh,
wow.
okay. So, you guys you're kind of like, where did that come from, Jen Brown? You kind of think, and you look up, and you now are certain someone's hanging from a window, and that it is in fact Lucius, way up there.
Huh.
Lucius, I know you have potence and all kinds of weapons you can bring to bear in this situation, but for whatever reason, you're like really kind of like barely hanging on, and we're going to find out what happens to you in a minute.
Okay.
What are you doing here, Mary?
I was looking after Lucius.
Not doing
Dr.
a great
Ali.
job, are you? Looks like he could use some help.
Well, if he is a survivor, I think that he'll find a way out of this.
Wait.
He's been talking to me about you.
What?
She's kind of coming very close to you.
And I think I'm glancing over like, okay. You guys, I see you guys got a little relationship, huh?
That's right. We are fellow travelers on the path of Cain.
It was him. He woke you up.
That's right. And I must say it's a pleasure to finally have a student who doesn't disappoint.
I'm sure it is.
You've taken the blood of another kindred, Jen Brown. Yes?
That's your issue? How about your new pet up there? Do you know what he likes to eat? Or have you not looked at his face?
I have searched him and continue to search him.
You might want to search a little deeper then. Yeah.
I see an angel inside of him, like I saw in each of you. But clearly you've fallen very low.
So Diablerists are not okay. They must be murdered. Unless... What?
It depends.
They feed your ego?
It depends. One is free to feed on the denizens of hell. Denizens that I believe that you now parlay with, dally with.
What denizens do you think? He eats kindred, Mary. That's all he eats. You killed Miles for killing one vampire?
I have seen no evidence of this. But thank you for the information. Now I must test whether you are worthy of the Church of Cain.
Oh.
Lucius insists that you are not.
Does he?
Among our tenets is the second tenet. Never succumb to fear. So I wish to know, are you in touch with your angelic nature anymore? Or have you become base animals?
Can I?
Do I scare you? Both of you, she's doing something. It's actually an animalism power. She's gonna make a rouse check. Okay, and she's gonna put together a pool here.
You know, Mary really reminds me of Mother and Raised by Wolves. Shit, you don't want to mess with.
Fire and
I'm
ice. Yeah.
Could both of you please roll your composure plus resolve?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Not a very big pool. Oh, 3 successes.
7 successes.
Woo! He's composed.
God.
I put my chits into composure. So.
Well, get this.
She,
1, 2, 3, 4, because she critted.
No.
Oh, Lord.
But 7 successes altogether, even with the crit. But I think that means is Jen Brown, unfortunately, and you can characterize this however you want. You enter a fear frenzy, and the rule on a fear frenzy is that you are supposed to try to get away from the source of your fear any way you can. Let's actually look it up to make sure we get it exactly right.
Okay.
Basically, you have to kind of get away, and the duration of it lasts a scene, I think, right now. So we've got to figure out how you handle it however you want, but you want to get away from Mary.
So can I if we're saying that maybe I'm not as affected, can I try to quell the beast to shake her out of it as I see her to try so that we stand our ground?
Oh, that's amazing. So here I found the rule here, and it says. Danger causes terror frenzy. The beast must preserve itself against all threats. While in terror frenzy, the vampire flees from the source of danger without regard to anyone or anything in their way. The terror frenzy ends when the vampire can no longer perceive any danger or when the scene ends. Okay, so here we go. So this is awesome. So I love that idea, Curtis Krieger. But here's the deal. Jen Brown's going to be gone. So this round, you guys just sort of resisted it or whatever, and Curtis, you succeeded. And Jen Brown, you start running, but Jen Brown, if you make a willpower roll, I can allow you to stay for 1 round, like to kind of just like long enough for Curtis to use the power on you.
Great.
I got 1 success.
I'm going to rule that that's not enough, and so. Jen Brown just is like off.
I feel like if it's okay, is there like a lamppost or something nearby?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like she would soaring leap like a cat, basically, like "Rawr!" and like try to get up on top of the lamppost.
Okay.
Amazing, yeah. So that makes
case,
Quell the Beast too tough. I think she's too far away. Okay.
Then I think the way it happened is like he's like stands his ground, notices that happening, is like almost about to do it, and sees that she's getting away, and then it like recalibrates and is like, no, Jen, get away, run, get away while you can, and then it's like go, and then like try to just turn back and just try to be like. Show her the like Curtis is like a twitchy little former like junkie but he's been on a path, and like for the first time he's just kind of like still and centered and looking back at her.
Great. She watches Jen Brown like fucking fly out of there onto a lamppost and then, farther away. And she's like, as I suspected, she's let the animal take control. But you've tamed the beast. Is that right, Curtis?
I've been walking a path. I wouldn't say I've tamed anything. You learn to live in balance. You neither command or control or tame you accept. I've learned that you have to try to accept. One day at a time. Sorry, one night at a time.
She says, there was a time when you studied at my feet. I am pleased that you have continued down a path. I only hope that it is the right one. She starts to walk away, and then she looks back and she goes, do you believe that Cain is the true progenitor of vampires? That Cain's blood flows through our veins? And that we can attain the divinity of Cain? Yes or no?
Yeah. I think you're proof, Mary.
Please roll to convince her, unless you are definitely being sarcastic.
I'm not being I'm not trying to convince her, and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm telling her the truth. I think you can. I'm not saying I want to.
Right, that's okay. That's not what she asked.
Yeah.
She goes, wonderful. Wonderful.
Let me tell you something that
she turns into mist.
But or not. Okay, so cool talk.
Mist just starts floating away. Meanwhile, at the top of the tower, Lucius Ali, you find yourself literally what's left of your fingertips are sliding off, the glass precipice here, the glass and steel precipice. How are you going to get out of this, bro?
I am literally going to try and soar, leap, or put my feet in whatever I can to just push myself
back into the building.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think I do want to roll for this one. So give me a dexterity plus athletics. You may add your potence.
Okay.
And I want 5 successes.
God. I can't. I'm not gonna. Can I surge or no?
Yeah, you could surge.
Oh God, that's just asking for trouble, isn't it? Okay, I got hungrier. I'm at 2.
Is that? Oh, you're at 2. Okay, right. Mm-hmm.
Because that at least gives me 6 die, which I still got 4. Great.
Oh,
okay.
can you willpower and roll one?
I've got like 2 willpower left, so yeah. All right. Okay, right. 5 now. Great.
Wow, that was exactly how that willpower mechanic is supposed to work.
Me, man.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
So you have like 1 willpower left.
Yeah.
But you're only at 2 hunger. And so you land back inside, like, your soaring leap wasn't quite, because you were kind of hanging off the sides. So you had to kind of use your upper body strength first, and then like kick the soaring leap in. But you find yourself back up there. Lucius, your clothes are ripped to shreds. You've got pieces of glass sticking out of you from every angle. You look like a horrid car accident victim that shouldn't have survived. I can also tell you that dawn is coming, because we've had a lot of adventure tonight in this evening. So you can see that the sky is getting bluer. And what would Lucius like to do now?
So I think he's going to look at the scene and the madness, like having calmed himself from all this sort of frenzy that he's been in. He's going to like take it in. So what do I see? I see a dead werewolf in human form. What is the doctor? What's his position in right now? Is he in torpor or what?
I think the doctor, was the doctor here? I thought the doctor got away.
No, I beat him to shit.
Oh, that's right.
Threw a freaking werewolf out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. And also, Secret Storyteller Clinton Trucks is reminding me, you did beat him to shit. But you did it with your fists, right? You weren't like using a sword or anything like that.
No.
Oh, the doctor's gone.
So he's left.
He healed himself up and got the hell out of there while you were fighting the werewolf and hanging off the side of the building.
That's fine. So what I'm going to do...
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search. All right. So I'm going to take a deep breath and kind of compose myself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strategically rip this place to shreds in the sense of try and find anything that is useful that I could use before I try and get my ass back to the church. So I'm going to search the werewolf. I'm going to search for any books of knowledge. I'm going to literally just use whatever I can to just tear this place asunder before I leave.
Great. Why don't you give me a academics roll plus your like wits, because you have to work quickly, but academics will help because that's what Dr. Orman is. He's in academics.
3 successes.
The chat is telling me that Dr. Orman died. No, he got away, guys. That's what I have just ruled, and vampires often come back from going into like torpor or something like that. I'm for certain that Lucius never decapitated him.
I didn't kill the guy.
You didn't dust him, so he's away.
To see me
all right, trust me.
That he tried to eat.
Trust your storyteller, everybody. Okay, that's what happened. All right, so now, Lucius, you how did you do on your roll of wits plus academics?
3 successes.
3 successes. So that's enough for you to find 3 things. Okay. So I think that you find a vial of blood that he has labeled lupine, like a sample. I think that you find a treatise on the lupines, which actually looks like an old kind of like computer manual that he's like, but it's all of his notes and stuff that he's put into like a binding, like you'd give out at like a convention or a conference, like, and it's like an academic paper on lupines, which will tell you everything that he's found out about them. And also you find an old book on blood sorcery, which if you study will allow you to get more blood sorcery dots.
That's great. And when I search the werewolf, what do I find?
Okay. So when you search the werewolf, you find a dead body.
So no wallet, no nothing.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, no wallet, no wallet, no identification.
Okay.
And you're not sure he ever had any on him, because I can tell you that his clothes and his sort of general kind of look is that he's been living hard as a human. He looks like a hard living guy.
So then what I'm going to do then is, so after I've got all this stuff, put it in a backpack, I'm going to look at the body. I'm going to kind of sniff it. I'm then going to chuck it out the window.
Okay, great. You chuck the body out the window again. And that's a great segue for us to talk to Curtis Krieger when Mary turns into mist and ends your audience. Yeah.
Right. Always a pleasure.
What do you do?
So yeah, and then maybe I just shout out like I just hope you know who your allies are. And then I turn and look in the direction that Jen ran off and see if she's still there. She's fully in the wind.
I think she's in the wind, if that's okay with Ashley, because yeah, she failed that willpower and then she got away. So she's full Gargy. She's leaping from lamppost to lamppost.
She's gargified.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess and is that when a fucking werewolf corpse smashes into the pavement behind me? Or do I have to roll?
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's when yet another corpse smashes into the pavement behind you. And that's when I roll a little die to see if people are noticing things now.
Yep.
I mean, and they are very much, in fact, to the tune of a lot of people are noticing things now. I think people have been kind of making calls from nearby buildings or something like that. I mean, look, you're in a very downtown area, which is the least likely to have a bunch of foot traffic, like because it's literally like offices and things that only operate during the day.
Business district.
But I think cars are still going by occasionally, and someone has seen something. And so now you, in fact, see that cars are pulling up and stopping.
Mm-hmm. And I will try to GTFO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then how are you doing that?
I think I'll try to just kind of like, damn, that's crazy, and like mask on and like try to slip into some shadows and
suddenly. Okay, so great. So well, wait. Let me don't say suddenly yet. Let's do this fair and square. Oh, never mind. Full failure. So people are running out and looking at the bodies, and you're not sure who they are because it's not a literal police car that came up, but people are running out. Like this kind of like big, kind of muscly looking guy gets out of his like Range Rover and runs over to where the bodies have landed, and is like you can hear him like really talking, like really screaming and pulling out his phone and calling 911. As other people start to kind of gather, maybe a guy that runs like a convenience store around the other end of the block. So people are kind of appearing, but Curtis, they failed their role to see you, so you walk away scot-free.
And if I'm not mistaken, we drove here, am I right?
Yeah, are you leaving a car?
Yeah, I can't abandon another car.
Oh, wow.
I hop in the Cherokee and I get out.
Sabrina is in there. Okay,
Yeah.
So you hop in the Cherokee, and Sabrina's like, "Where's Jen?"
Jen took off.
Took off? What do you mean?
I don't know if you saw what just confronted us a second ago, but she
yeah, I was watching.
Yeah. Look, Jen's in the wind. Do you have a way of tracking her? If not, I think we just gotta trust that she's gonna be okay.
I mean, yeah, of course I have a way to track her. So she starts messing with her iPhone as you drive back to the Cathedral of Learning. Curtis Krieger, it's getting close enough to dawn that I'd like a drive roll from you. And Jen Brown, let's see if you come out of your frenzy in order to like think clearly enough to go back to the Cathedral of Learning.
Okay.
Please give me a willpower roll, and I'll let you break out of it.
Okay. That's one success for the Wits Plus drive.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna think about that.
Okay.
It's a total failure for me.
Jen Brown, you are in this full kind of roach Shrek, they call it. That you're in full like Nosferatu mode, like like running around like a beast. And so in the first light of dawn starts to break over the buildings, and I want Jen Brown to please give me a survival roll. And you may not use composure, you may not use intelligence, you have to use something instinctual like wits plus survival.
I don't have any survival.
Okay, so it's going to be a straight up wits roll.
Is there anything else that I can tack on to that? Like,
well, let's see.
Or,
do you have any? You could use disciplines because your vampire character might instinctively use disciplines.
Maybe like animalism to see if there's like a cave or something that I can duck into.
That's great. That's great. So you may add animalism dots to this. I'll allow that. And is there a specific power you're using? How many animalism dots do you have?
I have 2 animalism dots.
Okay, so you could talk to, like, your character could definitely be talking to animals, and you could find something.
Yes. So should I try to do feral whispers here?
Find a warren.
I'll tell you what, if you, since this isn't like as much of an active use of it, it's more like you're just doing it instinctively. If you give me that rouse check, I'll let it work. I won't make you roll the skill roll to do it.
I got hungrier. I'm now at 4 hunger. Jen's not in a great spot.
No.
So is it just I'm hungry, but I'm talking to creatures?
Absolutely. And
okay.
I'll let you decide. What kind of creatures do you think you get in touch with? And keep in mind, you're in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, rats probably, right?
Rats. Yes, rats. And
all the Mars kind of situation. So am I going to like just scurry after?
You hear them actually saying, light, sun, scatter, run, deeper, lower, damper.
Can I follow any of them to?
You skitter right after them. to like literally this hole in the wall where there's some exposed piping. And you go down in after the rats, and like a rat, you kind of huddle up with them, and rats are just crawling all over Jen Brown as she lays in the muck as the sun comes up. As she lays in the muck, shaking as the sun comes up. Well, you really are full Nosferatu now. That's what they're known for, is being like their nickname is the sewer rats. So you have become full Nosferatu. Meanwhile, Curtis Krieger, you're one success on a drive roll.
I might spend a willpower if that's okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Here we go. Do I get more? Oh wait, no, sorry. Filth already. I still won. Damn it.
Still just one success, which I'm going to rule means that as you pull the car up to the Cathedral of Learning, the sun is fully out.
Cool.
And so
That's cool.
Sabrina is like, shit! And she is going to try to help you. Do you have any plans on how to help yourself?
I mean, I guess it would be like a roll for umbrella. No, like, I mean, I've got to get from the car to a door and throw a damn blanket.
Thought of this though? Is there like an underground situation that
you're
we
right.
park
This
in
is
that
your
will go
haven
up?
that you've done all kinds of cool stuff with,
Have
right?
like a lower parking structure, or
or
like a loading dock of some kind.
Let's see. In the world of darkness, does the Cathedral of Learning have a lower parking structure? It does. I just rolled a success. All right. Let's suffice to say that it's a close call then, since you have wrangled your way out of that little complication. So Sabrina gets you. Yeah, it's like literally like your skin. Like your skin
and I don't
goes.
have much health left. Yeah.
Oh really? Oh damn!
I'm still shredded from the werewolf. I'm hanging by a thread.
Yeah, you don't want any more of that aggravated damage, do you?
No.
Okay.
Did you just call it a werewolf?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In point of fact, I got shredded by a werewolf. Yeah, turns out even if you're Dracula, you can get don't help. Yeah.
Well done. Okay, so you get back and you actually go into slumber before you get all the way up to your level.
Yeah, I think I'm like running out of the car, like, just find her, do what you can to find her, and I burst and I'm like like Ruby's there as I'm almost like falling down and like crawling into a corner and just like going stiff.
So then I want to know, perfect. And so Jen slumbers, Curtis slumbers. Lucius, where do you go? Do you stay here?
Well, this is the thing. I'm gonna look if it's really too close to night. Can I make like a judgment call of how long it would take me to basically go back to the church?
The church in Washington's Landing?
Yeah.
Do you have a car?
I don't have a car, so I'd have to basically try.
Impossible.
Impossible. So I'm gonna then stay the night in the doctor's office, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try and first of all check it for traps in case like he doesn't like people sleeping in his own bed, and then essentially risk it and spend the night here.
So I want you to give me an intelligence plus investigation roll.
Oh God, man, you are literally asking so much from me. 3 successes.
This was not in order to find a place to sleep that's safe, because this guy has this place sunproofed in 10 different ways, right?
Right.
And in fact, Dr. Orman sleeps in an old pine box that he has made beautiful on the inside, and it locks from the inside and things like that. So No problem there. That's not why you rolled. The reason you rolled was to find this extra set of footprints you don't recognize in Ormond's blood. See, I fixed the continuity error. Someone helped him.
What? What? Well, it was like wrestling with a werewolf.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair enough that wrestling a werewolf is kind of distracting, Lucius. Am I wrong?
How insane!
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
There we go. So there you have it. You're gonna sleep here in his pine box.
Great.
It looks like an old West coffin. You shut it and you can lock it from within, and everybody, unfortunately, as the sun goes down the next night, has to make a rouse roll.
Here we go.
I'm at 4. Let's see what happens.
Bless you.
Oh, success.
Success, thank God.
Success as well.
Failure.
Okay, very good. Okay, you get hungrier. Where are you at, Curtis Krieger?
I'm at 3.
Okay. All right. So, your fear frenzy is over, Jen Brown.
Okay.
Lucius, Curtis, and Jen Brown, you have to tell me what's next. What are you doing now?
Fuck.
And we can skip ahead to a scene that happens later that night. You know, we don't have to do all of the walking home or going where, but I think that I'll start with Curtis.
I mean, I think Curtis obviously would hope that Sabrina did some legwork and we can fish Jen Brown out of whatever fastness she's found for the night.
Yeah, in fact, when Jen Brown awakens, Sabrina and Dylan are kind of like standing there, like waiting for her, and they kind of see you in this state, Jen Brown.
Oh shoot! I forgot. Don't I have to roll like crazy dice because I'm healing all this damage?
Yeah, you have to. Oh, thank you. You have to roll 3 dice, 3 rouse dice.
Okay, so
heal this aggravated damage.
Let's pause on that because this might.
Well, I think Sabrina and Dylan would have gone anyway.
Great.
I think that they would. They have enough wherewithal to know to go do that. But
All
Curtis,
right.
yes, let's.
My first of 3 was a failure.
Uh-oh.
Here comes 2. Okay.
So are you at 4 hunger now?
I'm currently at 3. Wait, come on, then. Okay, 2 is a success.
Okay.
Okay, and
Well, at least you can't frenzy now.
and 1 is a failure.
No!
You're up to 4 hunger.
I'm up
as
to
well.
4. Does that mean I healed anything?
You healed a point of aggravated damage. 1
1
point.
point.
1 point. Okay.
That is so evil, man. That is actually evil.
Look, man, Lucius finding cool books and sucking cool werewolves, and I'm over here just like.
Stop saying that, man.
I'm sorry. No more.
It's just making me think of really weird dogs that can't hurt us.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
I need blood.
I think you really need blood, but luckily Clara has brought back a bunch of blood bags,
God damn.
as you guys sent her to do earlier, which is what the errand that she was on a night or maybe even 2 nights ago. So she feeds those to you, and it takes like a bunch of them to kind of get hunger down for you. What is your blood potency?
My blood potency it's not. I think it's just 1.
Just 1. So okay. So that's
Am I
okay. Let me see here. Let me see how many blood bags it will take.
Yeah, just 1, I think.
Feeding from bag blood. Let's see here. Blood bag. Slakes no hunger for vampires above blood potency 2. And it's kind of disgusting. Like it makes you want to vomit. So let's see how much of it you can stomach. Why don't you give me a willpower roll? And if it's successful, I'll let you use as many successes as you get. That's how many points of hunger you can take down. But you are going to take out her entire supply if you
okay.
drink
2 successes, so I can take down 2.
2 hunger can go down, yeah. And I think you didn't take out her whole supply that she brought back.
Right.
She's got a couple left over.
Yeah, and it's gnarly. I'm like huddled in that corner, just like spraying a blood bag into my mouth like a Gatorade, and just like, oh.
And she's like, you look like shit.
And I'm just like turning to her with like the underbite fangs, just like, I know. And
careful,
then, like,
man. I'll slay you.
and I just like look at her like, and I'm just like you want one? JK, and like, like Ruby's licking some of it off my face, and we're like, it's like, really gnarly.
What is happening?
What a mess! What a mess!
Wow.
So really good, excellent. Take a point of willpower back for that. That was just too much fun. And now we can cut to the scene where Jen Brown is, confronted by Sabrina and by Dylan.
Okay, so is it safe to say, because I know that one of the reclaimers brought the Steelers mug. I feel like I would have remembered to bring that with us when we were leaving the park. So could I have like texted to ask them to bring it, basically?
Oh, wow.
So it's still in our possession right now.
Yeah. So that's so interesting because I remember you made sure that they brought that with them when they did the thing that went horribly wrong and ended up with you getting possessed by a water spirit, right?
Uh-huh.
So they do have that, and so they have brought that. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to thank the rats for their help and then start twisting their necks into it, basically. Start blood draining some rats into the Steelers.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Okay,
sorry.
Sabrina is like, they want that back, by the way.
I'll get it back to them.
I've got like 9 messages from them.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Don't look. Just if you could just turn around, please. I'm gonna put a bunch of rats in there until it feels like it's got enough juice for it to become vitae, and then you take a drink, and it just tastes like rat blood. Would you? It doesn't taste like vitae. It doesn't appear to have transformed into vitae. Your character can slake hunger from animal blood. Do you go ahead and drink this disgusting stuff? Or do you want to ask Sabrina what's going on, or someone? I might ask Sabrina. Like, it's not.
Oh, she's like, it needs like a nudge now. It's not like the old one. I have to hold on. And she takes it, and she's kind of like, sorry. And she rolls her magic. Okay, here we go. And, her magic has gone so well so many times. Let's see how she does today. She does really well, actually. Okay, you can just suddenly smell vitae kind of like wafting out of the mug. And she hands you the thing she just spit in back to you.
I just like gulp. Not even thinking. I'm just like, I'm so fucking hungry.
Jesus.
Hunger goes down to 0.
Hell yes.
Wow.
And she's like, look, I know that it looks like you're, going through something here, but we have to talk about Marius. I mean, he gave us an ultimatum.
Yeah.
Look, let's just get this back to the reclaimers. We can talk about it on the way.
Dylan is like, right, okay, let's go. And she hops in yet another car. And everybody starts driving to Gravity Hill.
So I'm talking to them like his threat was that he would send the werewolves after us. But they're not going to do that anymore.
Right. So we're good.
I mean, for now, but I don't know. The werewolf said something about I need to get them there drowning. I think they want to flood the city.
Yeah, I mean, if the werewolves have kind of made peace with us, then he can't use them as antagonists to hurt us. I think that we might have bought ourselves some time. I mean, unless he has some other kind of group that he can send against us, and that is when suddenly the car crashes. Because even though it looks like a completely open street ahead of you, suddenly something flickers and changes in the windshield, and you see that it's not an open street, that Dylan is driving directly into the side of a supermarket.
Oh my god.
She's going to make a drive roll.
Magic.
Oh no.
And her drive roll is a critical failure.
No!
I can't believe this. She had 5 dice and she rolled a 1 and no successes. I've rarely seen that in this system. So that means that everybody...
Does she have willpower?
Oh, she does have willpower. Thank you, Jen Brown. She does have willpower. And you know what? She'll spend all of it to try to fix this. Or she'll spend as much as she can to try to fix this. And this time, she rolled 2 successes. And so I think that she manages to swerve out of the way a little bit. But it's early in the evening, you guys. It's like, 7:45 in the evening. And I think that she's kind of swerving toward people. And she's screaming, and there are people outside that are kind of like, like they were just like walking down the sidewalk. And now I want to know if Sabrina or Jen Brown has anything they can do here, because next round someone might get killed.
I don't like using powers on my friends, but in this case, I feel like maybe if I used compel or something to get her to just hit the brakes. Wait, what fucking powers do I have anymore? Do I have that? Yeah, I still have that.
Yeah. I think that it's not really manipulation. You're just screaming brakes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So go ahead, and I think compel doesn't require a rouse roll, so you can go ahead and just roll your charisma plus dominate, and I'm not going to have her resist it. I just want to see how many successes you get.
Okay. Critical.
A critical success.
All right.
I love you. I love you.
Lands the brakes really, really, really hard. So hard that I think everybody kind of goes, whoa, like into the dashboard and everything. Let's see. Sabrina's in the back seat. Did she wear a
seatbelt on?
Did she have her seatbelt on? In the back seat, sometimes people don't put their seatbelt on.
No, they don't.
Is Sabrina? Well, wait. It's Ashley's touchstone. Be honest. Is Sabrina a seatbelt skipper, or is she someone who wears it?
I think she's a skipper.
I think she is too, and that's why she gets bashed up pretty badly, and like is like kind of like her head hits like the side window, and it's cracked. And she's like bleeding, and she's like, "Oh,
you okay?"
Wait, let's see if Jen's okay.
Oh,
Jen, give me a strength plus athletics roll to brace yourself, or you might be going through the windshield.
Oh,
don't worry, you only need 4 successes.
I can't get that. I can't even remotely get that. I
all
can
these
only
people
get max of 3.
You could only do what?
A max of 3.
A max of 3? Okay. Well, see if you get the 3.
I got 1.
1. And is Jen Brown, she probably wears a seatbelt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jen's a nerd.
I think that you just your head bashes like, and the airbag inflates. And so you're a little bit trapped against this airbag, you know what I mean? Like you're kind of like, and you're like a little bit dazed. But maybe you're not as dazed as a human would be, being one of the kindred. I can tell you that Dylan's also got like the airbag against her and is kind of like,
Are you guys okay?
You let me know what you do next.
I'm going to, if I can, I know. I feel like I know something magic-y weird happened. So I wonder if I can use heightened senses or something to see if I can see what the fuck just happened.
Great. Give me a wits plus awareness roll, but add your Auspex die for heightened senses. You activate your heightened senses.
Okay. 4 successes.
Jen is
4
smashing it
successes.
today. You're smashing it. I'm really happy about this. This is a
Yeah.
great day. Oh.
So you hear like down the street, like, ring around the rosy, pocket full of cozy, ashes to ashes, we all
folks.
fall down. And now you like pull the airbag back for a second, and you see these little like urchin kids that look like they're straight out of the 1920s. And the little girl in the dress lands on top of your car and is looking down in the windshield at you and smiling at you.
Oh dear.
And they're like,
okay.
Marius Sakura says, hi. New round. What are you going to do?
I'm going to
Rip their head off.
I don't know if it can work with these fucking kids, but I'm gonna try. Okay, can I roll like a cult plus something to see what it is? Like, why are these kids loyal to Marius? I want to find out why they follow him and see if I can maybe do a little switcheroo of loyalties or something. But I don't know.
I think that's really interesting. Yeah, why don't you give me just an intelligence plus occult roll?
Okay.
Can I just say that Jen's the character that I would play in every RPG game, where I'm like, let me try and talk you out of what you're doing. Like, I'm not. I could literally blast you, but I'm gonna actually like persuade you.
Path, baby.
I love it. I actually love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I got a critical success.
Oh my god!
Oh, critical success.
Oh my god!
So your critical success, your critical
diplomacy.
Here's what your critical success gives you. You know that what Curtis Krieger told you. Curtis Krieger did tell you, and you're remembering that they wanted payment last time, and they took a baby. Yeah, and so Marius must somehow have some sort of deal where he helps them take babies. I don't know, but like. And let me see. You got a critical success on your occult, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there any other thing they might want besides human babies?
Well, I can tell you. I can tell you that cold iron is probably a something that can hurt them.
Cold iron.
Cold iron. So what is it? Not cold in temperature, but unworked iron. So steel won't work. We're talking about literally like a hunk of iron out of the ground.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, it could have been worked into a horseshoe or something, but it can't be mixed with other metals in sort of a smithing situation where it's chemically been mixed with impure substances. And you know this because you got so it can be wrought, but it just can't be mixed with other substances. So aluminum won't work. Probably these car doors or anything like that won't work. You need cold iron. And the reason you know that is because you have figured out with your incredible roll just now that these are probably like creatures that follow old folklore and stuff like that. If they're stealing babies, there's some sort of fairy creatures. So that happens in an instant. And now what would you like to do this round?
I'd like to ask my storyteller if I will be betraying the path of Galconda if I fuck up these kids.
Very interesting.
Get him.
Because I really don't want to give them babies.
You know what? In this particular case, your mastery of Galconda tells you that these things are completely evil. And that hurting these creatures, which are not truly children, right?
Right.
Is not going to fuck up your movement on the path of Galconda.
Okay, and second thing, does Jen know of a place with cold iron?
I don't know, but she should be thinking about it, shouldn't she?
Uh-huh. Okay, so I guess as a stopgap, I'm going to tell the changelings. I can get you payment.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, that's what you're going to do this round, and I want you to make a roll to convince them.
Okay. What would that roll be? Persuasion plus
Persuasion,
I guess, because I'm lying.
That's great. That's a great way to do it, and I'm going to find out how many successes you need. And you need... you just need 2 successes to get them to pause.
Oh, I got 2?
Okay, great. I'm going to let them roll to do the things that they're going to do. So one has come around to the side of the car and is pulling out Dylan. And the other one is opening up the back. And when he opens the back door, it kind of comes off and he goes, oops, it broke. And then he's reaching in for Sabrina. But the little girl who's on the hood is like listening to you. And she goes, we already get payment from Marius.
I'll get you more than what he gets you.
She kind of hops down and is like looking in your window and she's like, what is it that you think that we want?
Children. Babies.
Where are you going to take us to get that? New round. They are currently pulling out. I'll let some resistance happen. Sabrina is kind of really dazed. Let's see. Could she resist? Sabrina crits. She kicks the one who's reaching for her in the face, and he falls out of the car. Dylan, who's kind of half out of the car already.
I'm gonna lie basically and say we have a friend that works in a hospital as like a candy striper, basically. Like basically I'm gonna try to lie and say that Clara works in a hospital as someone who oversees the caring of children right after they're born.
Manipulation plus subterfuge.
Ooh, man. This is Jen getting dark now. Okay.
I ain't gonna give it to him, but...
Yeah, you're going to let Clara and me give it to him. But it's okay.
I'm going to try to pump up this roll a little bit. 4 successes.
4 successes. She tells the other 2, stop. And let's just make them like us. And they're like, that's no fun. And then she just starts activating a power.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Well, why did she make them stop attacking, though? That's the other thing you've got to take into account. So here we go.
They want the kids. Can I tell that she's going to start doing something?
No, because she's doing it actually, yes, you can. You can, because
she said, let's just make them like us.
Yeah, let's just make them like us. And she takes out lipstick and blush that looks like it belongs to her mom or whatever. And she starts putting lipstick all around her mouth and not under her lips.
Her head asunder.
Horrific.
If you do something to us, you're not going to get any payment.
So, yeah, I think that she doesn't quite listen to you, and she lets this happen. So what she has done is you must roll your composure plus resolve to... I'm sorry, your composure plus wits. Forgive me.
Okay. Oh, boy. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So I don't know where we were in the round, so I'm just going to start a new round now. 3 successes is pretty good. Let's see how she does. Oh yeah, and then she's like, tell me the truth. Are you really telling the truth to me?
Oh no.
She only got 3 successes. You managed to hold up. What is she? She's activated something like presence, where for a moment she just looks like the most innocent and beautiful little girl you've ever seen, and you want to answer her honestly. And then she's like, tell me the truth. can you really help us? Are you lying to try to get us to be nice to you?
No, I can really help you.
And then one of the little boys, who they've let go of Dylan and Sabrina's like, are we really parlaying with these things?
I'm gonna look at Sabrina, and I'm assuming, because we've been friends for a very long time, that she will know that I'm pulling a fast one.
Okay, you're pulling a fast one.
I'm gonna give her the equivalent of a wink that's not that obvious.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no
let
problem.
Sabrina know I'm not gonna give these kids a bunch of fucking babies.
As your touchstone, she knows what you're saying. And then one of the little boys goes, but we have an oath with Marius. And the little girl goes, yeah, that's right. And the other little boy is like, does the oath say we can't get more paid? And now they're all kind of talking about this, and they are distracted for a moment. Do you want to wait till they come to a conclusion?
I'm going to subtly try to text Sabrina or communicate with her in some way. I don't know if we have some other form of communication, but I'm going to explain to her that I need to find a bunch of unfucked with iron and prontissimo.
Her eyes get really wide. Actually, wait, let's see if you can do it. I do want to roll for this. Give me like a stealth plus charisma roll to see if you can kind of.
Can I do? Is there any sort of tech?
Oh, you want to send it to her like this?
Like either, or would we have set up some sort of thing, almost like an internal Bluetooth or something that we could communicate without having to like actually text?
Yeah, I think that's fair. If you give me a intelligence plus technology roll, and you get me 4 successes.
Okay.
If I ever make a blacksmith character in my games, it's going to be called Jen Brown, and it's going to be unfucked iron as one. You need some unfucked iron to make sure that the sword is right.
I got a critical success.
A critical success. Okay, so that means that you had set this up earlier, and you know, with characters like Jen Brown and Sabrina, you have to allow for some of these things. So, yeah, what are you saying?
You're
telling her.
I'm telling her I need us to find a place where there is a tremendous amount of iron, or like ideally a place that isn't going to look suspicious. Like it seems like we could be driving to a hospital, but we're going to veer off and then fuck them up with iron. That's my goal.
So I mean, I don't want to. I'm not there, but I don't know. I feel like
please.
Museums and universities often have collections of like geodes and ores.
That's interesting.
That's true.
That's very interesting. I can tell you that Sabrina starts typing things into her phone as the kids kind of like they shake their heads and they're like,
or maybe just a fucking lodge frying pan.
Yeah. They're like, we can't break our oath with Marius, and they turn back to like,
it's not breaking an oath to make more friends.
Sabrina brings up her phone, and it's got a map on it, and you can see that there is a railroad track nearby, and she's like, railroad, go! And she's running for it.
She just books it?
Yeah, she's just booking it.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, she's not doing great. Okay, so now let's go round by round. Let's go round by round. She showed you railroad and started running across the street. Like cars are going beep, beep.
Can I soaring leap to pick her up and then just keep running?
What a cool idea. Yeah, you have to you need to still give me a roll though, because you're getting out of this car where you're kind of trapped inside, and then you can kind of soaring leap to her aid. So give me a dexterity plus athletics roll to get free.
Dexterity. Oh my god, it's so bad. I'm so weak. Okay.
You're not weak. You're
2
strong
successes.
in heart.
2 successes. Yeah. I think I'm going to rule that you've gotten out this turn, but you can't soaring leap to her until the next round.
Could I surge or potence or whatever the fuck?
You may. I'll allow it.
Okay. How many dice do I add?
You add 1 die, I believe. Yeah.
So I got 3 successes then.
Boom.
3 successes. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 per the errata. So you add 2 die. Roll 1 more.
That was aroused. I got hungry. Okay, and then one more. Nope, just 3.
Just 3 successes. Okay. So with 3 successes, I will allow you to kind of get all the way up onto the car and leap. And you're to where Sabrina is. You haven't quite picked her up yet, but you land right near her. And they're like, hey, no fair! And they start running after you. Dylan's going to run too. Let's see how Dylan's doing.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, could I shout to Dylan to just drive away?
Yeah, you can. You can do that. And Dylan's like a half out of the car.
Okay.
And you don't know what's happening with Dylan if you're running. Are you running with Brina right now?
Yes, I'm running.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here they come, everybody, and they move quite quickly. Yep, they sure do. Okay. Let's all roll to see how fast we're going. So basically, you have to cross the street. You have to go through the parking lot of some other businesses. Then there's a forest.
Oh,
But then
God.
beyond that, there's kind of like an elevated old train track. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So here we go with the parking lot. Okay. You're running into the parking lot of like a electronics store. And this is the children. And I see how fast they're going. How did you guys do?
What do I roll? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Just roll to dexterity plus athletics. But if you want to add your potence because you're like leaping, you can do that.
Can I do dexterity plus stamina instead?
That's a great idea. Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
Okay, so 2 successes.
Okay, they're keeping right up with you.
Okay.
And now, like you guys look back, and these little kids are like da 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 da, like running right behind you. Like one of them's rolling a hula hoop. And now you have to kind of go up through this embankment that has woods. Okay.
Could I, as we're running, try to feral whispers to just have any woodland creatures that are within proximity just rush these kids?
That's a really cool idea. Yes, you may. It's going to make Feral Whispers a little harder, or it's going to make your running a little harder, rather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just hard to do 2 things at once like that. Do you want to try, though?
Do I get the sense that that would even slow these kids down?
Maybe. They've shown that they're a little stronger than they look, and they've shown that they
Yeah.
can make things look like other things. And other than that, they haven't really showed much else.
I'm just going to keep running.
Okay, great. Let's all roll to run.
Start using your willpower as well, man.
I know. I'm like trying to hold on to it, but I'm rolling like shit. Okay. 3 successes this time?
3 successes. You're way ahead of them. You're like into the woods with Sabrina, and now I need you to roll your wits plus composure.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my. Oh my.
2 successes?
You let's see.
I love it. You wait a second. Let me just grab
Always
this.
a good sign.
Okay, yeah. So you are running back down the hill toward the electronics store parking lot.
Fuck!
Oh no, they flipped it on you.
Fuck! Can I tell if it's just an illusion or if they?
No. So Sabrina's like, it's an illusion, right? It's an illusion. We need to go this way, and she keeps running like down the hill toward the electronics store parking lot.
Can I tell if she's right or not? Is there something I can roll to see if she's right?
Yeah, you have your heightened senses up, don't you?
Yeah.
Roll with plus awareness and add as many discipline dots as you have in Auspex.
Wits plus awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Plus or spec.
Plus your Auspex dots.
Okay. 4 successes.
Yeah, you don't smell the trash of the parking lot that you smelled earlier. You don't smell the exhaust of the street ahead of you.
So it seems like it is the woods.
It's an illusion.
Illusion. Okay, I'm gonna chase after her. I'm gonna keep going.
You guys are running. It feels like you're running downhill. It feels like you're running directly toward that parking lot. And then just suddenly in an instant, you go past a tree and you are at the train tracks. You have run up a hill to these train tracks. And let's see how the kids are. The kids are, you don't see them anywhere. Like Sabrina's like, where are they?
I don't know. Do I have eyes on Dylan?
Okay, looking way back down to the parking lot, you can see that one of the kids, well, let's see, stayed behind with her. And, yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, he's on his back on the sidewalk, and you don't see Dylan.
Okay.
That's a good sign, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I let Curtis know what the fuck is happening?
I don't know if is that what you'd like to use this round to do?
Well.
I mean, I had said that I was already on the move looking for them. Right? After we ate, that I was trying to find her.
I think, Curtis Krieger, that your healing process, if you don't mind, and I hate to leave characters out, but you guys are so good at that.
No problem.
I think that your healing process is taking like the better part of the evening. You were just having to take in this bagged blood, and you. But if she texts you right now, I'm certainly I can get you in.
Well, okay, so I don't see any of the kids.
No, you don't.
Can I do anything to try to see if I can spot them?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Give me another wits plus awareness and add your aspects. Sabrina is going to start using her strength to get a railroad spike out of the ground.
I got 4 successes.
Okay. All right. Sabrina's like, fuck, I don't like they're like driven into the ground, like, deep into like the structure of the how many you got 4 successes? Oh, they're here, they're just invisible, and they are going to now attack this next round. Okay. You just suddenly realize, like, smelling and sniffing that there's something alive near you, and they suddenly come out of the shadows, the 2 that are following you guys. So this round, what are you going to do? Because Brina's like trying to pull this thing out of the ground, and these kids are on top of you. They're both coming for you all of a sudden. What do you do, Jen Brown?
There must be. I can't imagine that this railroad is in pristine condition. There must be shit on the side that's related to, like, there must be something that we don't have to just yank out a spike. Like, it has to be something that I could just see and be able to grab.
Investigation, or wits plus awareness to kind of see and find something like that. I'll allow that.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. You see up ahead on the tracks, you see where it looks like things are a little rusted and kind of like damaged. And possibly there'd be a piece to pull off up there. I'm
gonna start running toward it and say, Sabrina, up ahead, go!
Okay, give me a Dex plus Athletics to run. These 2 guys are going to attack you. Let's see here. What are they going to use?
1 success.
1 success. Okay, here they come. Okay. Okay, one of them critted on attacking you, and the other one got 3 successes. So that's 2 over. So suddenly they like have your legs, and one of them jumps onto your shoulders and bites your neck. But it's not a vampire, so it's just biting you. And you take, I'm going to roll 2 bashing damage, and you take 2 like lethal damage, but it actually comes out at the end, because you always half damage for a vampire to 2 damage for you. 2 damage.
Superficial or aggravated?
I think you turn everything into superficial because you're a vampire. So 2 superficial damage for Jen Brown, and running toward this little spot you're looking for is going to be a lot harder now. Okay.
I'm gonna keep trying, but I'm just gonna yell at Sabrina to keep going. And like not worry about it. Not worry about me.
She's trying. Okay. So this round, Brina got like one like half out of the ground. Like she's like straining all of her muscles, and she got like the thing like to budge a little bit. What are you going to do this round?
I'm just gonna try to buy her time. actually. So I'm
Great.
going to twist around and try to shove one of the kids off. The kid that bit me, maybe like rip and throw. With
Great.
my something.
Strength plus brawl and add your potence.
Yes. Or what does prowess do? I forget.
Prowess. That's exactly what it does. It allows you to add your potence to like feats of strength, which I would consider grabbing like a person off of you and tossing them. That will be added by adding your potence to this roll.
Okay, so you said strength plus brawl?
Strength plus brawl plus your potence.
Which is 1 or 2?
Your potence, I think, is just 1
just
still.
1,
Let
right?
me I can double check that for you.
I think it's just 1. I think you're right. I got a critical.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Jen's day, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, it is
Fighting
Jen's
them
day. Let me just check her potence real quick and make sure. You have potence 2, actually, Jen.
Oh, well, I'll roll.
So you grab the little girl off of the back of your neck.
I got another success on top of that.
Ooh, yeah.
Throw her, and she goes flying, like through over into the trees. And that's when all of a sudden, this enormous train starts thundering down the line toward all of you. It's like bright light on, like coming directly toward you. I mean, it's like so close. It's like it's going to hit you like not next round, but the round after. It's coming right for you.
Throw the kid into the train.
I know. I was going to say.
Like, kick it.
Let's see how Brina did this round. No, she can't get it's budging, but she can't get it fully out. So new round, train's coming toward you. You still have a kid around your legs. What do you want to do, Jen Brown?
I want to
do it, Jen.
I want to I wonder if there's a way to kind of like shove this kid in such a way that he's stuck in the train tracks.
Yeah, sure.
Wedge him in there.
Wedge him in there. And then go, Brina, run!
Okay, great. I love this idea. Give me a strength plus brawl roll. He is going to attack you and try to trip you out into the path of the train. So that's what he's doing. Okay, and let's see who gets more successes.
God, I got 2.
Willpower.
I don't have any more.
He got. Are you ready? 1.
Oh!
Yeah.
You guys are like wrestling on the edge of the train, and you manage to slam him down. He does trip you, but you kind of manage to turn so that you fall on him, and you wedge him down into the tracks. And he hits railroad spikes that are already there in place, and he starts going, ah! And for just a second, you see what he really is, this like twisted, wizened thing that is definitely not a child. It looks like it's got like rotting teeth and like hair of worms, and it's very old and wrinkled. For just a second in the light of the train, you see that. And let's see if Brina finally gets her way with what things she's doing.
Run, Brina! Don't
Maybe
she can't get it out.
To do the same thing. Maybe she does the same thing. She just picks the kid up and sticks it on the freaking thing. Like
it could happen.
Yeah, but right now you're looking at the tops of the stakes, not the pointy like railroad stakes, but like the bolts that are on the top of them, and it's just
she got tech food.
So Jen, it's a new round, and let's see. The train is going to hit now, unless you get out of the way. So what are you doing?
Jesus.
I'm going to leap onto Brina and rest her off of the tracks.
Okay, great. Give me a
to double, just make sure she doesn't get hit.
Yeah, that sounds like a great roll. Give me a Dex plus Athletics, and you can add your potence because you're like soaring, leaping.
2 successes.
2 successes. Honk, honk. The train goes. Jen Brown, you just push Brina out of the way, and the train is going to hit you. 2 successes wasn't enough to get you both out of the way. The train slams into you and then explodes into a cloud of smoke. It was another illusion.
Oh my god!
Tricksy little pixies.
Yeah. And you don't see them now. You don't see them.
Is the kid is he dead? The wizened creature changeling guy?
He's not there. The train went over him and he skittered away.
Brina? You okay?
Yeah. I think I almost had it out, actually. We should just keep one of these. We should just get it. Just,
Yeah, sure.
she
Dylan?
keeps yanking at one.
Dylan!
You look back down to the hill to the car, and there are currently cops around it. No Dylan and no third changeling.
I'm going to try calling Dylan.
Okay. No answer.
Fuck. Do I still have a tracker on her phone?
You do.
Can I check it?
Yeah, give me a Wits plus technology roll. And I'm going to see what happens here.
Are you kidding me? 2 successes.
You're tracking it, and it's like, a block away. So if you wanted to start rushing that way, you can, but you suddenly get a call from Dylan's phone.
I answer it.
Hi, Jen Brown.
It's the kid?
Yeah.
Where
You're
are
not
you?
playing fair. You're supposed to be Marius's friend.
Oh.
Marius isn't a very good friend.
If you won't be our friend, I guess Dylan will. Right, Dylan? And then you
I'm
hear
going to look
Dylan
at
off.
Sabrina, like, track this or do something. Like,
Yeah. It's a block away. I mean, like, you already know because you have a tracker that you just activated.
can I do something like send out a signal from Dylan's phone that does some shit to them with her tech magic?
Oh, shit. Are you asking her that?
Yes.
She's like, maybe you have to keep her on the line. Keep him on the
Okay.
line, though. And he's like, you're going to be our friend, aren't you, Dylan? And you hear Dylan's voice go, yeah, I like you guys.
What do you need from us?
You have to talk to Marius.
Well, I need more information. How do I know you're going to keep her safe?
She's safe. We like to have people to play with.
How long is this
Jen,
gonna
I'm
take?
fine. These kids are so cute. Let's do this. Here comes Sabrina. But she needs to do this. And Sabrina kills it.
Yes.
She like looks at you and is like, now? She hits something and then suddenly, you can't even hold the phone to your ear because it's just like so loud, and you hear
I start sprinting toward the block where they're supposed to be. Can I use, before I do that, can I, like, as I'm running, rip one of the rusty, like, stakes out and just start looking it?
Yeah, give me, you're doing this as you're running. Give me a strength plus athletics roll, and you need 3 successes, but you can't add your potence.
I can't?
You can.
Oh, I can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have any more willpower left. I only got 1.
Okay, so you're not able to. It's just you realize as you're running, like if you want to get there in time, you can't
Can I
yank
succeed
on a
at a
stake.
cost?
Yes, you can. You want to do that?
Oh my god!
Oh, but I don't want to.
How do you make these deals with the devil, man? Like, I'm not even like.
I just
so
can't do
weirdly
anything with
giving
them if I don't have the
yourself
iron on me. Did Brina get a stake out or no?
Yeah, she was still yanking on it when you guys suddenly got the phone call and she started doing magic-y things. You can succeed at a cost, and the cost is you get the stake out, but you're going to be a little later getting there. That's the
Don't
succeed at
do
a
it.
cost.
Don't do it.
Okay,
follow,
I won't then.
Follow your bliss, Jen.
I'm just gonna keep running.
Yes.
Okay. No need to roll. Let's just like make this happen now. You finally get to the dumpster back behind a McDonald's where you see that Dylan is kind of like hugging like this little boy who's like holding her phone and messing around on it. But that shock you sent through, it's like she's having to like comfort him, and she's holding like it looks like a changeling baby because it's like literally like this like little like gray shriveled thing. It looks like the other thing you just revealed with like kind of wormy hair, and it kind of like is reaching up and like, and you can see that Dylan is kind of like going like, and like something's coming, like breath is coming out of her mouth and into the thing.
I'm gonna try to far reach as I'm running to grab this fucked up kid, and just toss.
No more far reach, Jen Brown. You gave it up when you became a nos. You gave up your thin blood alchemy.
Then I'm gonna soaring leap.
Yes.
On top of this
is a real
kid,
night for you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being so patient. This action scene just had to happen, and then it's been a Jen Brown show.
This is phenomenal.
Major mercy.
Literally, like, what the fuck?
Okay, soaring leap, and you're gonna attack the thing.
I'm basically gonna try to grab, throw it as far as I possibly can, and then take Dylan and just start running.
Give me an attack roll, and that's going to be brawl plus your strength, and you can add your potence. 2 dice.
Blood surge 2. Surge.
Oh, can I surge?
You should. Get 2 extra dice.
Okay, great. I don't get hungrier.
Huh?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
I only got 2 successes after all of that.
Okay, let's see how this. Let's see what happens. You're out of willpower, right?
Willpower.
You're out of willpower.
Unless I got something back from like standing in front of the train.
That's a great pitch, but I'm gonna rule no. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this thing handles this. It's kind of distracted feeding from Dylan, so it does very well. So here's what I'm gonna finally roll. You do succeed. You do succeed at a cost. You're just not quite there in time, Jen Brown. You're just not quite there in time. You grab the thing, you toss it again, like out into traffic. But you're looking at Dylan, and she like it's like the color has gone out of her. She's kind of like,
Dylan,
what?
Are you okay, Dylan?
I don't think I am. Help me. And you can run away with her like you wanted to.
Fuck.
I'm gonna pick her up and start sprinting to. Fuck. Do I have a sense of whether or not this is something that I should take her to a hospital, or I should take her to?
There's no wound on her. Like there's no. She hasn't been hurt.
I need.
Who knows what a hospital would say?
You kicked me out.
I know.
Do you need Lucius?
Need a doctor.
I mean, I can't think of anyone else to call.
So I'm gonna end this scene by saying sirens are going off and emergency vehicles are approaching. Jen, you and Dylan and Sabrina are limping away like as fast as you can, and the changeling you just threw across the street gets up and he looks at all of the sirens and stuff, and they're approaching the accident site, and he's like, shit. And then he kind of like, and his ears kind of like, and then all of the emergency vehicles just drive past the accident site, like one after another. Now
I think the last thing I'm going to do, I am going to call Lucius.
Great.
I'm going to say Dylan is really hurt.
Lucius, is it safe to say you've been kind of looking through? You've stayed at Orman's apartment, or are you somewhere else now?
I think I definitely would have.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think I would take her to the Reclaimers, actually.
I think you call them both, and the reclaimers aren't answering, so you get Lucius.
Okay, great.
Okay, and so Lucius, where would you be?
I think I'd be somewhere. I wouldn't be in the same space because I know that they've sent a werewolf there, but I would be in a space like maybe in a rooftop next to watching.
Right.
To see if there's anyone.
Great. You get a message from Jen Brown that she needs your help. Jen, have you also told Curtis what's going on?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to say, I know you don't owe me anything. This is for Dylan. Please.
I'm going to look at it and be like, and then turn it off.
Yep.
And then I'm going to make my way back to the fucking place.
To where? Washington's Landing.
No. To the Cathedral Learning.
Oh, great. Okay, interesting. So Lucius is not going to help you.
No, wait. Where? No, to where they are. Sorry, like I'm gonna go to them because me and Dylan have got something connected, man.
Oh, that's true. You're gonna help her. You're gonna help.
Yeah.
I understand. No, I understand. Okay. So very good. You all meet at the Cathedral of Learning, if that's okay with everybody. And so let's see this scene. I think Dylan is like laying in a bed, and she can talk, but she's acting awfully weird. It reminds you kind of like of the quiet state that you saw Sabrina in, Jen. And Curtis is there, kind of dripping blood, and kind of, still kind of. How many aggravated damage do you still have, Curtis?
So many. I 4.
Okay, so Curtis is still not fully himself, and that's when Lucius bursts in.
I'm gonna kind of look and sort of look at Dylan, and I'm gonna, if I look at her, do I notice that it's further than medicine, like a medical injury? It's more almost occultish in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you can know right away that this is some sort of occult, supernatural affliction. And if you wish to know exactly what it is, you could roll your intelligence plus occult.
And I'm going to tell him it was those children that we met.
I'm not even going to. I'm going to take it in, but I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I've got 5 successes.
Oh, great. Okay, so when she tells you about the children, you kind of like you do some looking through like the occult texts you've stolen from Dr. Orman over the years now, because remember in Economy Village you also took some of his stuff, and you realize that he doesn't have some sort of treatise on these creatures, but you realize that there are different types of vampires according to him, and there are psychic vampires who can take something from someone. And it generally is this kind of thing where it takes away their sort of will, like basically Dylan's like at -5 willpower points right now. Like she's been completely drained of will. And there is something that would help her get better now.
And what is that?
Feeding her vitae.
Well, this is the thing. Oh my God, this is perfect because this is great. So what I'm going to, knowing that, I'm literally just going to be like, I'm going to turn her.
What? No.
What?
No, Jen, listen, I need to turn, listen, you have no time at all. You need to trust me here.
She doesn't
trust
want
me.
This. I know she doesn't want this.
Then we can end it. Kill her now or let me turn her.
I'm going to look at Curtis.
Again, I think I stand. And Curtis has been just kind of like off in a shadowy corner with Ruby, and it's the thing where like if you look at the corner, it's just like when you hit an animal's eyes with flashlights, you just see those like.
Fuck this diplomacy!
It's like, and then I get in your face. I'm like, you're not fucking turning her. It's not what she wants, and you're not giving her your blood. All right. If that's the way to save her, then just step back. Do you want to do it or will I? And I hold up my hand. I'm like,
I'll do it. I'll do it. Do I have a sense of whether or not...
Sabrina takes you aside and says, Dylan always said, no blood, no feeding from her, and she's not taking any blood.
it's the only way.
And I'm gonna kind of.
Is she gonna die from this, Lucius? Lucius, is she gonna die? Be honest.
Here's the thing. Either she kills herself because of the mental instability in which she's in, or you save her and she lives this life of undeath. You have a choice.
Everyone leave the room.
Give me.
Everyone.
Why are we leaving the room? I don't understand. I thought we were...
Everyone leave the room.
Sabrina leaves the room. Clara leaves the room.
I leave the room.
And I just kind of looking at you and like. And Ruby walks out with me.
I'm going to hold Dylan's hand and try the reclaimers again.
You get a hold of the woman that helped you, the younger member of the coven, finally answers.
I'm going to explain what happened, and I'm going to ask if there's anything I can do, or if Lucius is right.
You ask a lot of favors, Jennifer Brown.
Please.
Where is the vessel that belongs to us?
I have it, and I'll bring it back to you. Please, just tell me. Can I save her?
If we have a deal. And the deal is this. My sisters don't know what happened at Shinley Park. My magic didn't fail. If they ask,
deal.
You took the mug, or one of your allies did.
I'll say things got dangerous and you ran. I told you to
No.
run.
No. They want to know why I don't have the vessel, the cup. So I need you to just say that, one of your allies took it.
Can I tell if she's lying, if she can actually help me or not?
Yeah, you can with a insight roll.
Insight plus anything?
Yeah, of course. So with your wits.
Come on. 1 success.
You're not sure.
Fine.
Great. Bring the cup to Gravity Hill and I'll tell you the secret. Don't let anybody touch her until then.
I hang up.
Dylan is just staring at the ceiling like she's going through the worst depression someone could possibly go through.
I'm going to squeeze her hand and leave the room.
By respecting her wishes, you clear any stains you may have had, Jen Brown. I don't think you had any currently, though, did you?
I think I might have.
Well, if you have any, please get rid of them. And you may go ahead and add a point of willpower.
Okay.
Actually, how much willpower do you have currently? None, right?
I had 1 left.
Fill it back up.
Okay.
You respected her wishes. She never wanted anybody to feed on her, feed her blood. She didn't want to do that shit, and you made sure that they did not do that. And so you leave her and you go to Gravity Hill with the cup. Is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
and only the young woman who calls herself Huntress is there, and she takes the cup from you.
How do I help her?
Do I have your solemn oath about our agreement?
Yes. How do I help her?
She pulls out a little penknife and cuts her own hand, and then points it toward your hand.
I take her hand.
God, you're dealing with devils, man.
She slices your hand open and shakes your, it's like a blood oath.
Mm-hmm.
And she nods and says, then we are agreement.
I'm going to take her hand and pull her toward me. How do I help her?
She casts her magic to make sure that you can't tell a different story about what happened. All she cares about is keeping herself okay in her coven. She doesn't care that someone's in trouble at all.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, her thing, just to be very clear as the storyteller, her thing is kind of bullshit. She ran and lost the cup for a little bit, and she's just trying to cover her own ass.
Right.
But you do feel something weird pass between you. And you can feel that the oath is binding. And then she finally lets go and goes, the magic spell to heal your friend? Time.
What do you mean?
There's nothing you can do. She's been the victim of a psychic attack. You just have to take care of her and wait.
Wait how long? How do I know she'll ever come out of it?
God.
I don't know. I don't know how long it will take. It depends on the person.
I grab her by the fucking scruff. You bitch. You said you could help her.
I am helping her. This is the best advice I can give you. Don't try cast. She goes flying. Whoa, like, potence. Like, or actually, do you want to roll to see if you frenzy, Jen Brown?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to resist the frenzy, or are you allowing yourself to do it? You're trying to resist.
Frenzy, though.
Roll your willpower.
Boy, glad you got it back.
2 successes.
2 successes is, I think, enough in this particular case. So you don't frenzy. She's kind of laying on the edge of the park here, near the merry-go-round. She's got the cup, and there was still a little bit of crap in it, and it's spilled onto her sweatshirt. And she's like, I gave you good advice. That's don't cast anything on her or do any of your vampire shit. You're
fucking worthless. And I'm going to get back in the car, I'm guessing, and go back to the Cathedral of Learning and go back in the room and sit with Dylan.
It'll just take time. She doesn't really acknowledge your presence tonight. And so
do I believe that that's even true, that she'll ever come back?
You're not sure. You don't know. You've never seen anything like this. And so with the remaining time in today's episode, I would just like a coda from each of my players. We can actually let time pass at length for a little while. And so your coda, if you'd like, can encompass several weeks. All you need to do is make sure it doesn't negate anything the other players do. Okay? So let's start with Curtis Krieger. Curtis, what would you like to end your story for now?
Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah, I think if time passes, let us present a montage of what Curtis is up to.
Certainly.
And part of it is like of an evening, just kind of hang like in the room with Dylan and with like Ruby kind of curled up, like in therapy dog mode, like just kind of nuzzling her as he just kind of like sits watch, mostly to make sure that people don't come in here to do anything rash. And then cut to Pittsburgh pause of him like putting like tape up on a new window where the one that the werewolves beat down,
That particular day, that night rather, as you finish taping up the window, you look off toward the park and you think for a little bit. You think far off, you might hear.
And when I do, I'm like a little grim smile, and then I'm just like, give it back. And then all the pit bulls in the thing are just like all of us like.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Return all of your willpower and return all of your health levels. Time has passed, and that's it for now. Anything else to your coda, Curtis Krieger?
God, I think I'm just really trying to walk like you just see him like almost meditating.
Great. Let's see. If you're meditating, just give me a meditation roll and let's see how that's going.
Is that
that a thing?
It is now composure plus I think composure plus insight, but this is insight into yourself, isn't it?
Yes. All right. Composure plus insight. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm at same hunger level.
Your hunger is down to 1.
Great. 2 successes.
We find that Curtis, when we come back, is a little less twitchy. You know, and soon we'll see if we have the XP to start putting humanity points back in. But for now, we'll leave him meditating on top of the Cathedral of Learning under the full moon.
Like outside. It's like, and then every now like as like bats kind of.
And now I would like let's go with Lucius Ali's coda. What's the final scenes you'd like to paint for Lucius?
So I think I would have woken up and sort of the first thing I'd kind of look at the footprint or see the footprint, and I think off the top of my head I'm gonna think of the boot of oh god, her name escapes me all the bloody time. Yeah, Bex. And kind of think.
How did you guess? That's exactly whose boot it definitely belongs to.
Right. Yeah. And I kind of am like, okay, cool. And then I'm sort of, but I think I'm actually, I think there was something really triggered seeing the doctor in this frenzied state of madness after feeding off the werewolf. I think I've gone into sort of like a hiding space, and like in the way that if Curtis is meditating, I'm now meditating on myself as well, but also digesting the books in which I've kind of been given from the doctor. But at the same time, every night I'm texting Clara being like, "Are you okay?"
She is saying that she's fine, you know. And what's the next move? And are we gonna go after these witches?
That's it. No, that's it. I don't even reply. Like I just every night it's just, "Are you okay?"
Are you using Dr. Orman's Haven, or have you found one of your own?
No, I think I've gone to the old. What's our place like? The old place, the one that we ran away from.
Old Economy Village.
Yeah.
I think it's still abandoned. So if you'd like to use it, you certainly can.
I think I've actually genuinely sort of started to situate myself here. Look at the genuinely like build up as much as I can in the weeks that I've got, dominated a few people to start building shit here. Like used all my resources that I had left in order to sort of just make sure that this is my home now. For now, anyway.
Great. Go ahead and give yourself a dot of blood sorcery. I'm just giving that to you. And because it sounds like you've just been holed up studying blood sorcery. And I'm going to leave your story like this. Mary one night appears at Economy Village as you're poring over your books. She's just kind of sitting across from you all of a sudden.
Mary?
When are you going to complete the sacrament?
And when are you going to learn that the reality and the ethics of Cain tells us to leave the children of Seth alone?
Your fear is that your sister will be harmed, destroyed. Bring her to me, or I will know that your intentions are false, and you do not walk in the footsteps of our progenitor. Tomorrow night.
And then before she leaves, I'm going to kind of be like, listen, just be clear with me here. Are you saying that you want to kill my sister?
Yes. That is what I am saying. And she walks out of the room. Now, Jen Brown, you get our final coda of today.
I'm curious, I guess, if Lucius says anything to Jen and Curtis before he leaves. I think Jen would thank him for coming, although now she knows that he awakened Mary.
As soon as you told us to leave the room, I left the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I think Jen has told Clara to get her hands on some unfucked iron. I think Sabrina has bolstered knowing that Mary is back, has bolstered security and other things around the Cathedral of Learning.
Let's add a dot to security of your haven then.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to put a dot in arsenal. And the arsenal is to represent, you guys are carrying silver now.
Oh yeah,
you're carrying
I
iron.
think I neglected to say that their evening, like with a little, like over a little brazier, like maybe even as he turns back from howling, is like pouring silver into a little mold and like
yeah. So I'm adding arsenal and watchman is what I'm adding. A point of each. So your arsenal is not major, but you guys can usually grab a special weapon.
Okay.
And you have more security.
I want us to have iron on hand and all that kind of thing. But I think as far as Jen's concerned, she's just been sitting at Dylan's bedside for days and looking for any kind of change, looking for any sense that she's got any sort of lucidity. And has anything changed?
Yeah. I mean, one day one night you come back in and Thana has awakened already and is sitting with Dylan.
Thana.
I have been thinking about our friend Dylan.
Thinking what?
I was looking through the Passion of Solo. Have you heard of Obia?
No. Or have I? Have I gotten to that part in the book? Let's just
maybe
say no.
No. She says, Solo's children, his children, they practiced a discipline that only their blood was able to work. Jen Brown, it's a technique that heals emotional or mental turmoil.
But would I have to feed her blood?
No. We would have to find one of the children of Salo. They are a hidden clan. But there might still be members of them out there somewhere.
I'm going to kind of look at Dylan. No change, I'm guessing.
Nope.
Okay. I'll find some. Where would I look?
Let us read the scripture. And she brings the book to you, and you guys start slowly paging through it. And that is where we will leave our vampires for the next 3 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
What a sesh! What a sesh, everybody. Well played. You guys get a little break. During that time, we will see some mages we haven't met yet with our Magi of Pittsburgh at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Those are pre-recorded games. But please, viewers, enjoy those. And then we'll be back in like 3 weeks to find out about everybody's got a new little plot line going on. I'm really excited. Thank you, Ross. Man. Thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Abu. We'll see you back here very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
These guys are incredible. Follow them on their socials. Tell them how much you love them, love their performance. Follow everything they do. Watch the stuff they make because they make really good stuff other than this, other than coming and helping me make this. And this show is really good because of Abu, Ross, and Ashley. They make me look like a good storyteller. All right. That's it. That's the show. This coming Tuesday, please be sure to tune in to Taste of Blood, 7 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday for our new guest game master, Dungeon Master, London Carlisle, who will be running another vampire-y kind of game. This is going to be Ravenloft for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Our friend London Carlisle, whom we really love from the Spot Hidden stream, which is a Call of Cthulhu stream, will be running Ravenloft for us on this channel with a fantastic cast that includes our pal Kelly Nugent. So please tune into that 7 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday nights. And then in 1 week from now, please tune in at 10 a.m. Sunday morning for Magi of Pittsburgh with Aaron Urist, Sarah Rose Kaplan, and Amy Vorpal. We finished recording it, and I'm so proud of how it turned out. They were fantastic players. Mage worked great, so be sure to tune in for that as well. That's it, I think. I want to thank my partners and producers, Brian Baldinger and Clinton Trucks. I want to thank Megan Arch, our social media manager, Jill Petrachik, who does our art direction, and most of all, the viewers. You guys, thanks for hanging out with us and coming back every week for more mind-bending, violent vampire action. We're going to keep making it for you. So thank you so much. And until next time, #Blush of Life. Bye-bye.